Hey, good morning. Jesus is Lord. The Word worked. God's on my side. He knows where I'm at, and He's blessing me. I'm a very, very blessed man. Why do bad things happen to good people? I've had somebody ask me about that, and I told you yesterday it's because of what they said. They set on fire the course of nature. James chapter 3 says the tongue, which is a very little member of your body. You know, I weigh 200 pounds, a little bit more than that. My tongue probably weighs a pound, maybe two. But the tongue's what controls everything. Now, you might say, oh, I don't believe that. Well, I don't care whether you believe it or not. It's the truth. You see, like, you go get a horse. My granddaughter used to do some competition horse riding. And you take a 500-pound, 1,000-pound horse, and you put a bits in its mouth, and you can control that horse, make him do whatever you want him to do because of the bit that's in the mouth. You sit on top of it, and you control the whole horse, with the reins. Well, it says the ships, though they be great, they're turned about with a very small helm, rudder in the back of that thing, wherever the captain of that ship wants it to go. Well, your tongue's like that. It sets on fire the course of nature. I'm going to tell you a story here today. I don't do that a lot, but 6 months ago, that COVID-19 coronavirus attached itself to my body, and I had to believe God to live and not die. Then I had to believe to get over it. Well, it's probably been 7 or 8 months ago now, but it's back in about November. I got real sick. Thank God for the Word. I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go get a bunch of medicine. I just believed God and got out of it. But it took several days to get over that stuff, me confessing the Word every day. Well, here 6 months later, I just haven't had any energy. I'm especially weak in my legs. And I've been going around telling Pat, I'm just so weak I can't do anything. Well, watch. What am I having? I'm having what I say. I've been weak. And I'm getting weaker, it seems like. And so yesterday, she and I was driving up the road. We were talking about some of these things. And I said, you know what? I just saw it. I'm snared by my words. I've been talking myself into getting weak. This is what God says. Get this now. God says, He calleth things that be not as though they were. He didn't call things that were as though they were. And we, the believers, have a tendency to call things that are as though they are rather than calling things that be not as though they were. What we got to do is line up our talking with the Word rather than continue to have the problems that we have and keep opening the door to the devil. Watch this. Another story. Somebody comes along and says, I'm just so tired. Oh, God, I am so tired. I've been tired. I know what it is. He figures out on Friday night, I know what it is. Hadn't been getting enough sleep. So he goes to bed early Friday night, sleeps into Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, gets up, eats breakfast, goes back to bed, sleeps all day Saturday. Can't hardly sleep Saturday night because he's had so much sleep. Gets up Sunday morning, he said, man, I know what it is. I've been sleeping too much. 3 days ago, he said I'm not getting enough sleep. Now he said I've been sleeping too much. No, that's not it. What it is that little tongue there that you can't even hardly see and think about. You've been snared by your words. That's why bad things happen to good people. They open the door to the devil. They ask the devil to just come on in and beat them up because of what they believe and say. What you're going to have to do is learn to control your tongue. I heard, I believe it was Brother Copeland told Jerry Savelle one time. He said, you need to practice the vocabulary of silence. I said, what? The vocabulary of silence. He said, if you can't say what the Word says about you, then don't say anything about you because you're snared by your words. Now watch this. I'd been tired for 3, 4, 5 months. Just didn't have energy to do nothing. Just felt lousy. And to be perfectly honest about it, wasn't thinking real good. My brain wasn't working too good either. So I decided, well, I'm going to go look it up. And I got my telephone out and I went to it and I looked up all the symptoms of the coronavirus and then the lingering symptoms of the virus. And right at the top, number 1, weak. It says weak, and you could be weak for up to a year. Well, I went to get my flight physical the other day. Well, it's been about a month ago now. I went to get my flight physical. And so I said to the doctor, I said, man, I'm just so weak. He said, well, that could last for up to a year, Frank. He said, when you've had that virus, that weakness can just last for a long time. Well, I took the word of the telephone. I took the word of my doctor and I came home and I proudly told Pat, I said, you know, this weakness could last for up to a year. Well, I got to preaching on this the other day and it made me stop and think. You snared yourself by that, buddy. And boy, I started saying yesterday when I figured it out after I preached to y'all yesterday, I said, you know, the Lord renews my youth. The Lord is the strength of my legs. I begin to say what the Word says rather than what my legs say. I begin to say what the Word says rather than what the doctor said. I begin to say what the Word says other than what the internet says. And I can tell a difference this morning already. The Word's working, but you're snared by your words. So let me just close it by saying this today. One of bad things happen to good people because their tongue has set on fire the natural course of events. And you know how it is. By the time you get caught up, something breaks, and it does. Or well, you know how it is when the flu season comes. I'm the first one that gets it, and they are. You're going to have to quit talking negative about yourself and start talking positive and receiving what the Word says, and I got to go. So until I'm with you tomorrow, remember, bad things shouldn't happen, and if they did, it was your fault. Remember Jesus. Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works.